All right, happy Thursday or Friday to you guys. So today in the lesson, there's two different parts. So I want you to watch this video and then do the homework 1 through 5, and then I want you to watch the other video and do homework 6 through 10. All right, and I'll try and make this quick. So these were the steps that we learned from last time. When we are trying to write a trig ratio, that's what you guys were working on last time. So step 1, we circle the angle. Step 2, we label the sides based on that angle that we circled. Step 3, decide which trig function to use. And we use that mnemonic so, ka, toa. And then we write the trig function, okay? So today we have our 5th step, okay? We're going to be solving the trig ratios. So the first part of step 5, we are going to be finding the missing angle, okay? So if we know two sides, we want to find the angle. That's what we're doing on these ones, okay? And then later on, we'll be finding the missing side. All right, so here's my examples, and I will add this onto our Module 9 notes. If you have your running list of steps, you could add that on too. All right, so here's my first example. So I'm going to go through those 5 steps, okay? So step 1 is to circle the angle, all right? So the angle is X. That's the one I want to find, all right? Then step 2 is label the sides based on that angle, okay? So I see the 90. So this side across from the 90, the longest side is going to be my hypotenuse. That's the H. Okay. Then the 25, where's the 25 located in relation to the angle that I circled? Well, is it adjacent? Is it next to it? Or is it across the triangle? It's across the triangle. So that would be my opposite side. Okay. So now I'm on to the step where I decide which trig function to use. So I have the opposite and the hypotenuse. So again, what I would do is if you have a note sheet going, I would just write down so, ka, and toa at the top of my sheet, or have it on like a little post-it note and just have it with you all the time. Okay, so I'm deciding which one to use. Well, which one has an O and an H in it? Well, toa has an O and a A, okay, but we wanted an O and an H, so that means we're going to use sine. Okay, so we are writing the trig function now. So S comes first, so I write sine first. Right, then we always write the angle, so the angle is X. That's what we're trying to find today. Then equals. Right, then the O stands for the opposite, so that means I'm going to write the 25 first. Okay, and then the H stands for hypotenuse, so that's going to go second. Right, so we wrote a ratio, a fraction. All right, now we want to solve that. So it's kind of like when you are solving, here I'll kind of put a little side note here. So if I had a problem like 5x equals, I don't know, 15, okay? So most of you can probably mental math that and say x is 3. Well, if you weren't able to mental math that, you know it's 5 times x, so we would divide by 5. So divide by 5. Okay, and we would get our x is 3. So on this one, we want the x by itself, so we got to get rid of that sign. Well, how do we get rid of a sign? It's called the inverse. Okay, so we're going to multiply both sides by inverse sine. It looks like that. And then over here by inverse sine. Okay? So what happens is this inverse sine and this sine cancel. So then our x is all by itself. And now this is what I need to type in on my calculator. So inverse sine. And then my 25 divided by 27. Now, calculator. Okay. So your calculator is super important this chapter. Again, the best thing that I think you should do would be to get this one. This is the one that I had on that I've had on our website for a while. Okay, so this is kind of the best one. If you can't get this onto the Chromebook or whatever, your cell phone does work, and I'll go through that in a second. And there is, you can use, so all I did is I Googled online scientific calculator, you can see here, and you can use this too, okay? So I'm going to show you on my calculator first, and then I'll show you the other ways too. All right, so the inverse sine. Well, if I look at my sine button in yellow or green or whatever that is right above it, it has that inverse sine button. So on mine, I'm going to hit the second button and then the sine button, okay? And then I just type in my 25 divided by 27, and then I close the parentheses there, and then I hit equals. All right, so the angle is 67.8 degrees. All right, I don't remember if the homework asks you to round to the nearest whole number. If it was whole number, then it would be 68, right? So 68 degrees. If it said to the nearest tenth, then it would be 67.8 degrees. So it just depends on what format it's asking you to put it in. All right. So if I was going to do this on my cell phone, okay, when you turn your calculator on your cell phone, you then need to turn your cell phone to the side. If you turn it to the side, you get a whole bunch more buttons, okay? So what we need to do on our calculator is type in the 25 divided by 27 first. So 25 divided by 27 equals, and you get a decimal, it's like 0.925 or something. So then we want to tell the calculator to do the inverse sine of that. So over on the left side, there's a button that says second. So you hit that. Okay, and then you can now see that your sine button switched to an inverse sine. Okay, do not do the one on the very bottom that says sine H inverse. Just do the one, it's in the second row. And then you should get your 67.8. Okay. If it's not working, please come to the chat room and show me your cell phone, and I will tell you how to make it work. If you are using this online calculator, I just Googled online scientific calculator. Again, on this one, I'm going to, over here it says inverse, so inverse sine, okay? And the inverse sine is also called the arc sine. And then I would type in my 25 divided by 27 and hit equals, and it gives me that answer too. So there's 3 options on how you can find your answer. All right, let's do 1 or 2 more here. All right, so on this example, again, step 1, we circle the angle. So X is the angle, right? Step 2, for some reason it's not letting me circle it, sorry. So circle the angle, then we label the sides. So across from the 90, this would be my hypotenuse, okay? The 3 is the 3 across from the X, or is it next to the X? Well, it's next to it, so that would be my adjacent, okay? So now I'm deciding which trig function to use. So I'm going to go back up to my SOHCAHTOA. There it is, okay? And I have the adjacent and the hypotenuse labeled. All right, which one uses adjacent and hypotenuse? Cosine does. Okay, so I'm going to do cosine x equals, and then cosine was ka, right? So that means I'm going to put the a first, so the 3 would go first, and then the h, the 7, goes second. Okay, so that's my ratio for cosine. That's what we learned about last time. So if you didn't do very well on last time's lesson and you think this is kind of easier now, go back and redo it. All right, now we want to find the angle. We want to know how many degrees is that. Okay, so we do the inverse, right? So we do the inverse cosine and the inverse cosine. All right, so those two cancel. So now we're just left with our x all by itself. And now we're typing in this inverse cosine on our calculator. All right. So on mine here, excuse me, inverse cosine 3 divided by 7. And it tells us the angle is 64.6, or to the nearest whole number, it would be 65. 65 degrees or 64.6 degrees. So again, sorry, I wish I remembered what your assignment asked you to do. All right, last one here that we'll do. So again, we circle. I'm going to do this one right here, sorry. All right, so we circle the angle. All right, we label the sides. So I've got the 90. Across from the 90 is the hypotenuse, but there isn't anything labeled over there, so I'm not using the hypotenuse. This 10 is right next door, so that's adjacent. The 11 is all the way on the other side, so that would be the opposite. Okay? So we've got the O and the A. Well, so, ka, and toa. So I'm going to use toa because I have the O and the A. All right, so I'm going to write tan x equals, and the O comes first, so the 11 goes first. The A comes second, so the 10 goes second. And then I would need to do the inverse tan. So inverse tan, inverse tan. Okay, so these cancel. So my x is all by itself. And now I'm ready to type in inverse tan of 11 divided by 10 on my calculator. Okay, so again, if you're using your cell phone, you are typing the 11 divided by 10 first, and then hit equals. Okay, and then you hit the second button and the tan inverse button. So on mine, I typed the tan inverse first, and then the 11 divided by 10, and we got 47.7 degrees. Or 48 degrees, so it just depends on what we're supposed to round to. My guess is that it's probably going to be to the nearest whole number, 48. All right, so that's how we find the missing angle. So now please go do questions 1 through 5 on your homework, and then we'll do the next part of the lesson, and then you'll come back and you'll do the rest of that. All right, good luck.